Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a tale that will make you think twice the next time you look in the mirror. It's called Reflection, a story about how the person staring back at you might not be you at all. So, dim the lights, get comfortable, and let's begin. The soft patter of rain against the window pane was the only sound in the dim room, save for the low hum of a laptop. It was 2:47 a.m., and Lucy was finally calling it a night. Ugh, too late for another assignment, she groaned, shutting the lid of her laptop. The cluttered desk, a battlefield of open books and a half-empty coffee cup, was a testament to her exhaustion. She grabbed her toothbrush and shuffled toward the bathroom, ready to wash away the day. The bathroom light flickered with an unsettling hum, casting long, dancing shadows. The mirror was still fogged from her earlier shower. 1 week in this place, she mumbled to herself, and already haunted by bills and bad lighting. She wiped away the condensation with the back of her hand. Her reflection mimicked the movement, but with a slight, almost imperceptible delay. Frowning, she waved her hand again. This time, her reflection followed perfectly. "I need sleep." She laughed softly, dismissing the odd feeling. She finished brushing her teeth and turned to leave, but a flicker of movement in the corner of her eye made her stop. She spun back around. Her reflection was still facing the mirror, a faint, unnerving smile gracing its lips. "What the hell?" she whispered. As her eyes met the reflections, it blinked, its expression instantly mirroring her own confusion. Unsettled, she stared for a long moment before shaking her head and leaving the room. A few minutes later, Lucy was on her couch, mindlessly scrolling through her phone. The television was off, its black screen a dark mirror reflecting the room. Distant thunder rumbled outside. Suddenly, a flicker on the TV screen caught her attention. It was her reflection again, wearing that same wide smile. The moment she focused on it, the smile vanished, replaced by her own startled expression. "Okay, seriously," she said to the empty room. "I need to stop watching horror TikToks before bed." She stood up to turn off the living room light, and for a terrifying split second, 2 shadows stretched out behind her on the wall instead of one. Her heart hammered in her chest. Driven by a nervous energy she couldn't explain, she found herself back in the bathroom. She leaned in close, inspecting the mirror's surface as if searching for a hidden switch or a trick of the light. "Probably just the old wiring making the light flicker," she muttered, trying to rationalize the growing dread. "Or I'm losing it." She reached out and touched the glass. It was ice cold. As her fingertips met the surface, her reflection's hand rose to meet hers. But again, it was a second too late. Then, something truly impossible happened. Her reflection slowly tilted its head, a curious, predatory gesture that she herself was not making. "No," she whispered, her voice trembling. A cold wave of terror washed over her. She ran her hand across the mirror, trying to break eye contact, to shatter the illusion. But her reflection remained perfectly still, its eyes locked on hers. Then, a voice, soft and distorted, whispered from the glass. "Why don't you smile anymore, Lucy?" Lucy stumbled back, her breath catching in her throat. What did you say?" The reflection's mouth moved again, completely out of sync with her own. "You used to smile all the time. I missed that." The surface of the mirror began to ripple, like water disturbed by a stone. Screaming, Lucy fled the bathroom, slamming the door shut behind her. She dove under the covers of her bed, trembling, her body racked with fear. The faint sound of dripping water echoed from the bathroom, even though she knew she had turned the faucet off completely. Her eyes darted around the dark room, landing on a small standing mirror in the corner, which she had covered with a sheet days ago. As she watched, the sheet began to stir, as if a ghostly wind were blowing from beneath it. Slowly, cautiously, she lowered her blanket. "Please just stop," she cried out in a whisper. For a moment, there was only silence. Then, a new voice whispered from across the room, clear as day. "You can't hide from yourself." She whipped her head toward the covered mirror. The sheet slid to the floor, revealing her reflection standing there, untethered from the glass, its smile wider and more terrifying than ever. "Come closer," it beckoned. "What do you want?" Lucy cried, tears streaming down her face. The reflection's smile grew. "To switch places." It raised a hand, and the very air in front of it seemed to stretch and distort like a watery portal. A dark, distorted arm reached out from the void, grabbing her wrist in an icy grip. Lucy screamed as it pulled her, dragging her inexorably toward the impossible darkness. The next morning, sunlight streamed through the window and birds chirped happily outside. The house was quiet and peaceful. Lucy walked out of the bathroom, calmly brushing her hair. But something was wrong. Her movements were too stiff, too precise, and her smile. It was a fixed, wide grin that never reached her eyes. As she paused in front of the mirror, the camera pushes past her, focusing on the glass. There, trapped on the other side, was the real Lucy. Her face was a mask of silent, screaming terror as she pounded on the invisible barrier, her pleas unheard, her existence replaced. Some reflections, after all, never fade. Thanks for joining me on this chilling journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a new tale. Until next time, be careful what you see in the mirror.